everyone, Renee here, and today's video is going to be the evening portion of my winter skincare routine. This is always a way more daunting video to do than my morning skincare routine because it really varies every day. Some evenings I really need the comfort of more layers, whereas others I can use one really good treatment and just have a 3-step routine. And also you'll see that some of the steps and some of the actives I only use like maybe a couple of times a week, and that in turn affects the rest of the routine. Either way, for today's video I'm going to try and include as many of the options that I choose from. So while my morning routine is always going to be about protection, my evening winter routine is all about repair with a focus on anti-aging. During this time of year, my skin tends to be a lot more dull, a lot more dehydrated, dry, and congested because of the heavier products that I need. So I pretty much need extra everything: nourishment, hydration, brightness, and glow. So like I mentioned in my morning routine, this just happens to be a sequence of steps that works really, really well for me. Guidelines certainly are really, really helpful, but everyone has really different skin and it is a complicated organ. So do test things out and do really listen to your skin. Before we start, I just want to note that none of the brands I'm using here test on animals. So we're starting off with what I consider to be the most important part of the routine, which is cleansing. These steps alone have really made the biggest difference and have gotten rid of a lot of the skin issues that I used to have. So my first oil-based cleansing step requires no intro. You gotta be sick of hearing me talk about this by now. It's Hamish's All Clean Balm. You can see the balm immediately transforms into an oil. This melts down all the oil-based makeup, grit, grime, sebum, and waterproof sunscreen. It's the perfect lazy person's remover. It gets rid of everything, including your eye makeup, and it emulsifies easily with water, leaving not a trace of residue on the skin. Now I add a little bit of water to emulsify this. When I have time, I actually love using my Foreo Luna too. It's a lot gentler with the step and you really get in a good lymphatic massage. If I'm not wearing any makeup that day but just sunscreen, I still need this step to properly remove that. Good sunscreen is usually water resistant and won't come off with just liquid cleanser alone. So for my second step cleanser, I kind of switched things up and started using a cleansing gel. This is G1's Honey Gel Cleanser. It is so gentle and it smells like pure honey. Apply this while your skin is still damp from the first cleanse. It's also got a little bit of that honey-ish consistency as well. It's lovely to apply. It does foam up very, very slightly. In fact, it seems to emulsify a bit. I really love that this is quite mild, it is non-stripping, but it really does its job. This has honey, royal jelly, propolis, and some coconut oil as well in case that's something you're trying to avoid. There are no mineral oils, parabens, or dyes in here. It is really, really soothing on your skin. On the days when I feel like I need a deeper cleanse, I will use the Arborian Mousse that was in my 2016 favorites. After cleansing, I like to use Wamisa's Organic Flowers Toner Essence. This product is EcoCert, it's fabulous. I've talked about it in my morning routine. This is the perfect winter toner since it's quite viscous and far more hydrating than most. The formula is so potent that most days when I use this, I don't even need an additional essence. I've introduced retinoids back into my life with the Ordinary Advanced Retinoid 2%, and I usually apply it straight after toner. This is such a different experience from my previous ones with tretinoin and retinol. This uses retinoic acid, which is meant to be more effective than retinol for anti-aging and without the sensitivity. I've experienced no irritation, no flaking, yet a lot of hydration, skin plumpness, and glow. Lots and lots of glow. I will go into more detail about this next week when I do my review on the Ordinary line. On days when I'm not using retinoid, right after toning, I will either do a mask or essence. Or I'll do this in addition to the retinoid, depending on how dehydrated my skin feels. Sheet masks, rinse off, in-shower masks, they all go here. I currently have enough sheet masks to warrant a no-buy year, so I probably use those the most. Upon removing, those usually leave a fair amount of essence on your skin, which you just sort of pat into your face. And if you're someone who doesn't like that excess essence that's left on your skin, and sometimes it takes quite a while to absorb, it's fine to rinse it off. It's been working and absorbing on your face for over 20 minutes already, so I usually don't rinse, so the sheet mask takes the place of my essence. I'm not really regimented with sheet masks. I pretty much just use them whenever I feel like it. It's a few times a week. Most days though, I am using my Swim 37 Secret Essence. So around twice a week, on the nights that I'm not using the retinoid, I use an acid serum treatment. I've talked a lot about Dr. Wu's 18% mandelic acid serum. I've also been using the Ordinary's lactic acid 5% and hyaluronic acid 2% treatment, the effects of which are actually so similar to Sunday Riley's Good Genes, which you have seen me use in my previous routines. Dr. Wu's mandelic acid treatment is slightly gentler than the lactic acid one. Always make sure to apply acid treatments on completely dry skin. This definitely decreases any chance of irritation. I only use these treatments at night and always before serum. This combined with the retinoid have made such a huge difference. I'm loving the results, and they're both such gentle treatments. My favorite serum for the winter is this one from Manufactory, their Bifidolacto Ferment Complex. This is a night repair serum similar to Mish's Time Revolution Night Repair Serum and Estee Lauder's Advanced Night Repair. However, this serum is far more hydrating. It's really got an interesting texture in that it's slightly oily, but it's not greasy. There's just something very moisturizing about this, and it gives you a lot of skin plumpness. This serum has the most amazing ingredients list. This formula is 90% fermented probiotic enzymes. There's only 20 ingredients in here, and it's pretty much all good stuff. In fact, due to the lack of preservatives, you have to use this up in 6 months for maximum efficacy. As for moisturizers, in the wintertime, having an oil in my routine has made a huge difference. So I'll either use an oil, I'm loving Huxley's Prickly Pear, or I'll use an oil emulsion like Herborion's Yuza Double Lotion. I've really been loving the Prickly Pear. It's just a wonderful antioxidant ingredient, and this is a great winter oil because it's more moisturizing than most. This is a lovely blend of prickly pear, jojoba, sunflower seed, and Abyssinian oil that a lot of people have been comparing to jojoba. This is great for dry skin, but I wouldn't recommend it if you're acne prone. This is so nourishing, and a lot of days I will actually just use this as a moisturizer and nothing else. As for eye cream, this is probably the most intense eye cream I've used. It's Mish's Misa Chogongjin eye cream. It's amazing. It looks like I've used nothing here, but believe me, you do not need a lot each time. The other end of the gorgeous spatula that comes with it is for eye massage. It is completely herbal, probably one of the densest eye creams I've ever used, yet it applies smoothly. Great for the evening, probably a little too dense to wear under concealer. I've always had problems with the dry under eye area, which are really obvious when I use concealer. Between the two Misha eye creams I'm using, no more. The formula from this line is very concentrated and based off herbal prescriptions given to royalty in the dynastic eras, and that's pretty fabulous. My favorite creams to use this winter are Huxley's Anti-Gravity Cream, The Stuff is Major, and Blythe's Press Serum Chagatundra. They're both very different, and I choose which one I'm going to use depending on what I feel like I need more of that day, hydration or moisture. The Blythe Press Serum is like giving my skin a big drink of water. Huxley is more moisturizing. It's so creamy, it's so rich, it's a dense cream. And when my skin is feeling so dry and tight, this takes care of that. It is so nourishing. It smooths out all those little fine lines that appear from dryness. It's like a moisturizing shield on your skin. And I definitely need my lip treatment at night. My favorite right now is Laneige's Lip Sleeping Mask. No matter how much lip balm I apply throughout the day, my lips are still really dry and chapped. It forms this hardcore moisture shield. I find this has made such a big difference when I use this overnight. I wake up in the morning and my lips are so soft and smooth. So that's all the possible steps of my evening skincare routine, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, I'm wishing you great skin health. Good night!